Princess Isabella of Denmark celebrates her 18th birthday in style, and Queen Margrethe gets serenaded by military troops. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Royal News Network. My name is Brittany, and today is the first official RNN Reports episode. Yes, so I have been on the ground in Europe. I was in the United Kingdom, and then I moved over to Denmark for two amazing events. The first is the 18th birthday of Princess Isabella of Denmark, and she showed off looking absolutely fabulous at a concert sort of thrown in her honor with her parents. It looked like it was tons of fun, and she looked absolutely smashing. And then the next day I went up to Fredensborg, and Queen Margrethe was actually celebrating her 85th birthday. So Princess Isabella technically turns 18 on the 21st of April, but that's sort of Easter Monday. But Queen Margrethe is 85 this April 16th. So I had lots and lots of royal coverage, and I've always wanted to do like a royal news RNN report. So this is our first version of it. I'll be offering some commentary on this video, but I'll be sharing video coverage, pictures, or whatever that I got in the field. And this is so fun. I don't get to do this super often, but I want to try to do this as much as possible. Every time I go over to Europe, I really try to maximize my time and what I'm doing to give you guys the best and most unique royal coverage out there. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I offer a little bit of commentary up front on the video, and then it's more. So I will be explaining a little bit of what is X, Y, and Z, who is who, just in case you are curious. But without further ado, let's get into it and have a bit of royal fun and share a bit of that royal magic. Rolling out the red carpet already. Getting ready for Princess Isabella's big birthday celebration. This is being held at the Royal Danish Theatre. So here is the press and me getting ready for the event. As you guys can tell, there are a lot of press there, and I did not get there early enough. Press for royal events, believe it or not, is first come, first serve. So the earlier you are there, the better spot you get. I sort of made a boo-boo here. I should have gotten there earlier. I sort of blame being jet lagged, wanting to take a nap, which is not really a good excuse, but there you go. So I liked this bus that arrived. I don't know what connection they might have, but Princess Isabella's face was all over the bus, and they also had 18 balloons, or balloons that spelled out 18. And this was the thing too, some of the Danish press there are actually getting interviews, so it was hard too, because it's like, I want good coverage, but I understand other people, it is a huge part of their job. I mean, it's part of my job too, but I don't technically need to do this. This is something I'm just adding extra, and also you saw a little bit of that girl's head. So the band playing, that was always fun. And then you have security there as well. So apparently you could go up on the balcony and overlook things. So we did see some of the attendees up there. So there were 500 people throughout Denmark who got official invitations. They applied to a lottery, and they each got to take one guest. So it was young people who are all about Isabella's age from all over the country got to apply to go to this. There were, I want to see, somebody said like 15,000 applicants and only technically 500 spots. So that gives you an idea of how popular this was. And also, guys, I know you can't maybe totally tell, but it was a gorgeous day. I did not start to get kind of cold until right before the royals arrived. The sunshine kept us really at a nice temperature. I had long sleeves on, a bit of a turtleneck. It is fairly cold there, but it was pretty amazing to have such good weather, and we had good weather today too. So I cannot complain because we had zero rain. I hope you're liking the band. The band is fun. Found myself dancing and gyrating to it. right, this is really cute, guys. So you see the girl in the white shirt there? She's actually practicing giving her bouquet to Princess Isabella. I missed this on my phone. I happened to catch it on a camera. I was hoping to catch some royal coverage on. It didn't work. You can see her actually practicing. This is adorable. It's so adorable. I'm so glad this camera managed to catch it, because by the time I picked up on her doing it, she was done. So just watch her here. She's giving the bouquet of flowers to someone, and then she she backs away, and then she tries it again, and the next time she does a little curtsy at the end. So there you go. Little curtsy, and then walking away. So very cute. Unfortunately, I just I was adjusting the zoom on my camera, so I happened to miss this. So we do have our first arrivals who are royal. So this is Count Nikolai and Count Felix. Nikolai has the darker hair. They are Isabella's cousins. So Joachim, who is Frederick's younger brother, those are his sons, who are older than King Frederick's kids. And then the couple following up behind them, we have Prince Gustav and Princess Karina. They are like second cousins once removed from Isabella. So Prince Gustav's mom is Queen Marguerite's younger sister. So Queen Margrethe is his aunt. So trying to keep track of that family tree. Anyways, yeah, and you guys saw that I moved there. So I was working with a gimbal, and so trying to keep the gimbal, my lens out of the gimbal viewpoint and all sorts of things. So this ended up being a lot more complicated. I just thought this was funny. Okay, here we have Princess Benedict. So this is Prince Gustav, who we just saw with his wife, Karina. That is his mom. So she married a German prince. And then behind her, coming up there, is Queen Anne-Marie in the green, Queen Anne-Marie of Greece. They are the younger sisters of Queen Margrethe of Denmark. So she married the king of the Hellenes. And now all three sisters, they are all widows. So I feel like they're spending a lot more time together, which is pretty cute to see, I think. And so this actually ended up being pretty good coverage here. I got them turning around, which I wasn't sure. So anyways, guys, the gimbal is actually quite long range. So I'm actually focusing in. The girl in front of me, I got her hair clip. So the trials and tribulations, guys, of actually doing royal coverage is challenging. And again, I'm trying to be respectful. They actually work here. So here we have Queen Margrethe of Denmark. So she is in regal purple there. She's seeming very frail all of a sudden. So I will say in my pictures, she didn't look super great. And she definitely did have a little bit of trouble with the stairs here. I think she sort of stepped on her dress. You can actually see it there in a second. She stepped on her dress, had to take a step back, and then the gentlemen behind her were there to catch her in case she fell or anything like that. She's very popular and well beloved in Denmark, as we will see later. All right, here is a lady of the hour. So she got to ride in this old car that the family has. And then there's Princess Isabella. Her mom gets out the other door there. And her dad gets out with her. Like, he's preparing for walking her down the aisle. This is exactly what he'll do. So she looks stunningly beautiful. It is a dark navy dress, like midnight blue. It is blue, very dark. She says something there. I tried to be quiet, so maybe you guys can hear it if you know Danish. So her parents are King Frederick and Queen Mary. She has an older brother, Crown Prince Christian. He is the tall gentleman, the tallest in the family so far. And then we have Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine, who are 14-year-old twins. So good-looking family there, I gotta say. And of course, guys, I am actually holding my big DSLR camera and the gimbal at the same time. So this is, you can see the girl with the bouquet, which I totally missed because I was adjusting my camera. So anyways, guys, I got some good pictures. Definitely, I really, even though I should do more video and I'm trying to do more as I'm doing these events, for me, pictures are really key because I pay a lot for editorial images. So more that I can have that I own is great. We also saw and missed that you can't totally see. So this is Fredensborg the next day. But I just did want to point out Queen Mary wore the Danish rubies. And I have to say, guys, I stood there and I actually looked at them in person. And I could only see them for a brief period of time. But oh man, did they sparkle. All right, guys, as you can see, there is a huge crowd gathering for this event. Huge. I was not expecting that many people. This is to celebrate Queen Marguerite's 85th birthday. And so we have obviously troops there. We have the statue I wanted to share. Then we're just looking at the palace here as the troops go on, do their little march. So this is just maybe fun and relaxing. I had a steady camera that had a 20 millimeter. I was really hoping to use it more for video this time and really try to get some good stuff because it's meant to be a video lens. But again, I think it would have worked perfectly if I had a front row seat for the Isabella event. I just didn't. So I couldn't really use it to its great effectiveness. But this I was going to try. However, you will see the problem is once all the people are there, this lens is useless. So I had to change it out for a lens that had a bit of a better zoom. Otherwise, I would not have been able to see diddly squat. So that was a bit frustrating, I do have to say. So guys, I did turn my camera to get some of the arrivals. Here we have Count Nikolai and Count Felix, I believe. But you can't really tell, you can't really see. I do have pictures here. I'll try to insert just so you can see a little bit of who has arrived. And I thought I had gotten the other video of the other arrivals from this angle, but apparently I had not. I don't know why I didn't get them. So we do have the King and Queen arriving, I believe, is this particular video. So I will also want to note, because I'll be doing another video here real quick discussing this, that they are in a minivan, the whole family in a minivan, just being followed by 2 groups in BMWs. So Meghan Markle needs a convoy of 4. A king and his heir and other heirs only need 3. Yep. Just had to say that. So now you guys are getting a sense of the crowd, and this is where I start going, wait, this is not going to work. Probably wasn't going to really work anyways. I need to work and get better at utilizing the cameras, the lenses on the cameras here to get the best video, because I think my phone got better video, and that's not how it should be. I have nice lenses, a nice camera. Obviously, I have 2. But we need to figure something else out. That is on me. We will get there. But yeah, and you see with the kids on the shoulders, like I totally get it, guys, but I only had a little step stool. I didn't even have a really, really tall one. I should have bought a literal ladder. People bring, like, I want to say like steps, stools, literal ladders to get over the crowd size, because you'll see where the crowd really, really becomes a problem here before too long. Yeah, it's a challenge. So there is one gentleman here. We will wait until I see him. And I got his head quite a bit. You'll see the top of his head in a lot of my pictures. Because he was tall and he was close. And I am only so tall. And this step stool was only like 8 inches. So, not yet. And I also busted out my really big lens, which I'm so glad I brought. I wasn't sure if I was going to bring it, but I did. And it is heavy. So, like, there's only so long I can hold it. It started to get hard because I was trying to hold it. It's very heavy. My other... Oh, no, that's not him. I almost thought that was him. Anyways, it's very heavy. So, that also was another challenge there. Oh, there he is. Yes. You can see why that would be an issue when the door is right there. So my video didn't end up being as good as I wanted it to be. And I ended up cutting people off and stuff. It was just, yeah, the trials and tribulations of doing this by yourself, guys. It is not easy. In case you were thinking it is not. So, and then we did have a mom and her mom, and she had 2 kids. There were 2 little kids with them. And then as soon as the door opened, they put one of the kids on their shoulders, and that wrecked part of my other shot. So that is always very fun. Not criticizing them at all. It's just one of those things where I'm like, darn, I should have brought the bigger suitcase so I could bring the bigger step stool, or I should have gotten out and purchased one. Just the weird trials and tribulations of following royalty and doing this professionally as a news person. So just giving you guys a little bit of that behind the scenes stuff in case you were curious. And there's the door. So we have changed lenses now, guys. I have a better lens on there, and it can get there in terms of it has better zoom and stuff. So this is me adjusting it, figuring out because of the weight. You actually put the weight of the camera, like when you're balancing it on your tripod, actually on the lens. There's actually a special thing on the lens so you can stick a tripod to it. And then the other problem is, of course, people doing that. So just, guys, letting you know, even as professionals, like, you really need for this event, if I did it again, I would go out and buy a literal step ladder. Kid you not. I would find the cheapest thing I could, and I would buy it because you just need to get over that crowd. It's just a little bit too much. I don't always know these things until I get there. So the door has opened a smidge. I felt really like we were watching Catherine and William waiting for George to come out. I remember that summer. I'm sure you do too. And I feel like this is the same. Just waiting for the doors to open. When are the doors opening? We're just waiting. And then also trying to hold the big lens and everything. It's a challenge. But it is fun. I enjoy learning it. But guys, it is not, again, an easy thing to know how to do. I learn every single time I go out into the field. I feel like I learned something new. I learned a setting that I felt like on my camera worked better. Do I need to learn manual better? Yes, I do. Do I still not totally get it? Yes, that is 100% true. But the aperture priority setting really does work pretty well, guys. Just going to put that out there right now. Again, just store, waiting. And I didn't listen, but I don't think I caught it because I wasn't recording and I thought I was. But when actually people arrived, so it was actually after the counts arrived and Queen Anne-Marie and Princess Benedict arrived, I could hear barking inside the palace. And I was like, oh my gosh, the Queen's dog is reacting like any dog would when somebody comes over. So regardless of whether they're royalty or not, a dog is still a dog, guys. And there's something rather comforting about that. So we're almost there. And here we go. And there's the dog, Telia, I believe it is. And there's Queen Margrethe of Denmark. And so the mom, you can see her son there. Her mom put her son on her shoulders, which is lovely, but then kind of was right in my way. So anyways, guys, so we shall enjoy seeing all of this, y'all. So enjoy the sounds and the musics and maybe the musings. Watch the dog. They react to the dog at various points as the family enjoys a little bit of serenading on behalf of the Queen. And you guys may or may not notice, but I forgot to move the video camera, so we did not get the top of their heads. That was me. That was me doing a boo-boo. And you'll notice as well, some of them reacted to something. If you go back and watch the video, with all the people coming in, it actually disrupted the bees. So there were like bees everywhere, and I think that's what they were reacting to, which is like really funny. And also the gentleman with the chair, I had a picture, great shot, you could say, of Mary and Nikolai, but oh, the chair was in the way, guys. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this. I hope you found it super interesting and maybe illuminating, and maybe it gets you more interested in the other royals because they are so cool, guys. And we shall do as often as I can do these, which is not super duper often, a couple of times a year probably. We will do an official RNN reports from the front line. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Bye.